Hi, it's Teresa here. So today we are going to do part one of two videos to make this really cute bookmark with some fun jewels. These are from children's books. So this episode, I go through and show you what would be a good print and what would not be a good print in turning these into a bookmark. And I go through all the different, like how I laminate, all that fun stuff is in here. So yeah, let's get crafting. Okay, what you are going to need, as I said before, this is a two-part series. So you're going to need either a laminator, or you can go to a store to get it laminated. These are digitals. I will link where I got these digitals from down below, or children's books, which we have here. So I'm going to go and go through these and let you know like which ones I think would work better, and we'll laminate them. So when looking, you do not want them overly huge, right? So hold on a minute. So digitals first, I'm gonna use this. And then here's a digital kit. I'm making a journal out of this for my daughter. So ones I wouldn't use, like this is a little too big in my taste to use as a bookmark. You can, I just personally wouldn't. Totally can make use of this one as a bookmark. Let's see what else we can use. This is okay as a bookmark. It is a lot smaller than these bigger ones. Or there's like this that you can use. Or you can use these figures. So I think what I'm going to do for this one is, I don't know, let's look at them all and figure it out. Did this because it just screamed my daughter. She loves earthy fantasy, all that fun stuff. See, I would not use this for a bookmark, even though you probably totally could. I just, for this style, I would not. Either of these would work. Maybe we might do that. Excuse me. And in all honesty, I would totally use something like this too as a bookmark. And yeah, that is a pocket, but I would totally use it as a bookmark. And to prep this, we are going to just cut this off and this part off. Okay. And I'd probably put the whole like right here, so it kind of children's books. So things that would be too big, like this would be a little hard because, you know, as you see, her foot kind of cut off. So Minnie would not work on that one. as fun as this one is to die cut out, so you could totally die cut this one and this out and mini there. But I think those are a little too big. So this page would not work. I mean, you totally can if you want to, but like, but like, yeah. See, this daisy right there would work. As for this one, I would totally like cut that out. That would be really cute for a bookmark, especially if I got little boys. So let's do that. And yes, I did. I bought these at a thrift store, and I am okay cutting stuff apart. So let's chop this one off. So what I like to do sometimes is just go around with a bigger one and then cut it down a little bit closer with a better cutter. But see, then I would look on here and see who else I have. So, you could totally just do Goofy's face right there if you wanted to. But I will probably use this to make pockets and different things like that. So I'll do a video on what I use my extras. I don't throw them away. Okay, so we're going to set this aside for a minute. And so these ones are a Dr. Seuss, from a Dr. Seuss book. And like this right here, you could totally use him to cut, to do that. You could totally use the pop. So some of these, we don't need all of these. I've cut out most of the ones in these kind of books that I could use. So see, that would be too small. Okay, let me cut this, let my brain work, right? I'm going to, and we are going to cut these two out and leave the rest. Okay, so this is another I don't think it's a Dr. Seuss, it's just from there. So this right here would be really cute to cut out as it's a little big, it'll be a little long, but I still think it would be really cute for a little boy's one. I mean, who doesn't like a little boy? See, this would be a little too big because when I cut this out, I would cut all of this out. Sneakers, all of that. And it's a little too wide for doing this project. It's like these would all be a little too wide. This one would work because you could cut him completely around if you didn't want to use this whole picture. Ones you don't want to use, like, that's just too big. In my opinion, he's way too big. Those are too big, too big. Let's see. These are all Mr. Brown. See, I would think this right here would make a really good, like, ephemera sticker type thing to put in a journal, but it's too small to go into an actual bookmark. And I think this would be really cute for like a ephemera for a little kid. Journal, sticker book, whatever. But I do think it is a little too big to be in a journal, to be a bookmark. So a lot of these I would not use. Like, yeah. Like you could totally just cut Bluey out on its own. Blue, and that one might work. Let's see. So I have this horse book, and some of these would be way too big. Some would be okay. Like for instance, these are all way too small. Way, way too small. This would be okay if you just cut this out, because then you can have it sideways in there, lengthwise. This would be too big, too wide for a bookmark, I would think. Let's see. I think this one would be okay if you put this thing up here. So let's do that. And then I have this Alice in Wonderland book. I think this would be cute as a bookmark. But then you look at it and go, do I want this as a bookmark, or do I want this one? You know, that's because once you cut into one, it's going to rip into this. And then there's the Cheshire Cat. That would be really cute. So this one is a little different. So you can totally, when you look up, you can tell where it is. So if you want to use this whole scene as a layout and skip this and still use that Cheshire Cat, I would cut around this as much as I could, right? And this will give you that entire scene. And then once you pick what journal or what you want to put on it, like you could totally use this as a center, then you would go from there. So that can get set aside. This we don't need, that would be put on something different. And then turn around and do the Cheshire Cat. So I'm going to use these bigger ones. And because I don't want that part showing, it's okay to chop some of the extras off. There we go. And I would literally put the thing right there so it's longer in the journal. So see, these are a little bit on the smaller side. This is a little bit on the larger side. I would not go bigger than this. And that is... So a lot of this one, which is a little golden book, would be on a bigger side. I would totally, like, you could totally cut it apart and use it for different things. Like this little parrot, you could totally use what's on the other side. Oh, perfect. Let's use that. You can use that parrot if you want. You can cut this little part off and just take this saggy, baggy elephant and use that as a journal cover, a bookmark. But I really like this one, so I would not do that because I like that page. So this one you could totally use as part of for a bookmark. And I like that, but I like this one a little better for a bookmark. So let's move that over. And then these are way bigger pictures. Like that would just be so big for a bookmark. But this little thing right here, that would be on the smaller side, but I could totally do that. And that would be really cute for a little boy's page. And like you could totally cut little bunny out right here and use him as a bookmark, or this little birdie. She's on a little bit of a bigger side. I have other plans for her, so I'm not cutting her out. I'm just trying to show you guys what you could or could not do with them. So that's about it. And when it comes to pages like this, you can cut them and use them as a bookmark, but I'd rather use it as an envelope. So I will do another thing on how I do my envelopes and all that kind of stuff. So let's set this aside, and I'm going to cut a lot of this, and then I will, after I'll fast forward through the part of this so it doesn't take forever, and then I'll show you how I get stuff laminated. Okay, so now we have all of these, and we just need to put them lamination sheets. Okay, so when putting your stuff in your lamination sheet, like when you go and get it laminated professionally in someone else's, that's just remind them you need space between it. Oh gosh. Okay, there we go. So you need space between when you're going to cut these apart. So we're not going to be able to do all of them. That's going to be awfully close. It's a Tetris game. I think we can we fit the little dude? We can. So I have a lot more of these little girls already cut and, you know, laminated. So then you close your thing and look, go, okay, obviously this is way too close to that. So I need to open this back up and move him. It's a little better. Okay, now this one is too close. So we want to move this just a little bit over and down. And then we're gonna switch how this is in hopes of getting more space. Now see this, I still think it's just a little too big. So I'm gonna take it over here and we're gonna just trim it down a little bit. We don't need all of this grass up here. So there we go. I think that will be better. And we can move that a little bit. Okay, now let's throw this down and make sure that looks much better. Okay, and now you just want to put it through your lamination. And I like to hold the bottom to make sure that it goes through all the, these don't fall out. Okay, so here we are with this, right? And these are ones that I've already done. And as you can see, they do have a little bit of warp to them. So let's try and see if we can get that out with another run through the laminator. I have no idea if we can. But when it's in the dangle of a keychain, you really can't tell the difference. Oh, yeah, a little bit. I bet that'll be better, especially if you put something hard on top of it, like encase it in a book. So next time we will work on the dangle part, and I will show you how I cut these out. So, thanks for joining me. I will see you guys in part 2. Bye. All right, so when cutting this, I like to leave a little bit of the outside in. And then I would put the, wonder what that is.